but people can still find a gun.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense.
So that can have millions of people and know how to use guns.
Ryan, let me cut you off here for just a minute. Forgive me, because I want to bring in now national security analyst, former U.S. Secret Service and President, Public Security, Barry Donadio. Welcome, Barry. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me again.
So we know, despite Zelensky's optimism, President Trump did tell Politico he doesn't have anything until I approve it. How optimistic are you that we can finally get a peace deal done here, sir? We asked Ryan that question earlier. What's your optimism level for this latest, showdown, if you will, that's going to happen in Florida?
I think it's going to bring us a step closer. I don't think it's going to be the overall solution to everything. There is a peace deal that's been negotiated between Russia, United States, Ukraine is in it. Obviously, Trump is the overall oversight of the negotiation. So, yes, he's going to say things like it's got to go through me, because ultimately he's going to be on the phone with Putin to make sure everything is all right, and the Russians are going to accept this deal. But I think it's just going to bring us another step closer. We'll just have to wait and see. We're only hours away from the meeting with Zelensky and Trump in Florida right now.
And this ongoing conflict is costing Americans a bundle.
Yeah, it is. It's an expensive one, for sure.
But turning to the U.S. strikes on ISIS targets in Nigeria on Christmas night, President Trump announced the strikes on his Truth Social account. What's the significance of these strikes in Nigeria?
That one goes to you, Ryan.
Oh, it's an incredible significance, mainly because we used a $1 million cruise missile, the Tomahawk missile, which is not something we're going to use lightly, because we need these missiles as a deterrent to China in the Pacific. So this lets you know how serious the president is about attriting ISIS inside of Nigeria and letting ISIS know that their behavior against Christians and against some Muslims that they deem inefficiently Muslim is not acceptable.
Ryan, I want to follow up on what you just said, because I've been here hosting quite a bit on Newsmax the last couple of days, and that has come up a lot. We need to save our missiles in case of a conflict in the Pacific. Talk to me about that 30 seconds, and I want to ask a final question to Barry.
Absolutely. Well, there is something called the tyranny of distance. It's about 67,000 miles, or 6,700 miles between the Pacific coast and Taiwan. And so getting any kind of missile over to that area, or having a ship go all the way back to Australia to rearm, that's a really big deal. So we need as many missiles as possible. It takes a long time to build something like a Tomahawk missile. So anytime we fire a missile at an organization like ISIS, that is an indicator that that kind of prompt strike was absolutely necessary, because we need all these weapon systems that we can retain for a potential conflict with China.
Barry, get you in here for a final question. I mean, when we're talking about the Christians in Nigeria, we have seen some, clarification from the Nigerian government. President Trump seems to be on the right side of this issue. What are your final thoughts on these strikes in Nigeria?
I welcome the strikes. They're long overdue. The Christians have been persecuted there in Nigeria. ISIS has been raging. So Trump put a label on the situation. Hey, if I say something, you better listen. And that goes for anybody that's hiding in a cave, that's planning terrorist attacks or anything like that, to the nature that it's going to endanger the people of the United States and our sovereignty. So it's not safe to be a terrorist anymore, thanks to Donald Trump. So I welcome the attack.
I like that summary. Thank you, Ryan and Barry.
Well said, gentlemen. Happy New Year. Thanks for being with us.
Happy New Year.